then you're gonna start putting pieces together. You're gonna be like, oh my God, this person is a clown and I was bamboozled. It's the person you don't ever want to run into. The guy you pray you never get. That's what I got. Hi dolls, so by now you have seen the title. If you're new to my channel, my name is Zuri and I do fun feminine content on this channel. So in today's video we are going to be doing self-care / maintenance. I think it's going to be called Soft Girl Self-Care plus Maintenance. If you have not seen my previous maintenance video, please do go check it out. I'll leave the link in the description box below. But a lot of you dolls really enjoyed that video, so I thought I'd do another one. And it's the perfect timing because it's officially fall, and I think I did that maintenance video in the summertime, and it's also been a week since my surgery, so I'm just ready for a glow up and up vamp. I'm just ready to wash all of this stuff off of me and move forward. I mean, I've taken showers since then, but you know what I'm saying. I'm ready to refresh. So that's what the video is going to be about. Please make sure that if you like feminine content and you want to support me, that you go ahead, like and share the video. Also make sure you click the hype button below to hype up the video. This lets YouTube know that my video is of value and that they should push it out to more girlies like you that will help our community grow. Okay, I think I'm gonna start with my hair. I'm gonna do my hair tomorrow and it's the night before, and I want to take out these boho / goddess braids. But in that video, in my last maintenance video, I showed you dolls how I created these bohemian or goddess braids, and I did these all on my own for the first time. I'm very proud of them. They stood strong for the past, I think it's almost 2 months that they've been in, and they have stood strong. But as y'all can see, it has grown out quite a bit and there's quite a lot of product buildup. So I just want to take them out. I want to wash my hair, and since it's fall, I really love having my natural curly hair out in the fall time and also wearing wigs at the same time as a protective style. And since we're going to be dressing up for Halloween and we're approaching October, it's just best that I leave my natural hair out because I'm probably going to be doing a lot of wigs. But you guys can see it's like almost a whole inch of hair that grew, which is really nice, to say the least. But yeah, it's just time to come out. I'm not gonna bore you guys with me watching me take all of my hair out. I'm probably just gonna turn on a spooky show. Probably gonna watch Wednesday because I have to finish watching that. I'll probably come back to you guys once my hair is out and I'm ready to do like my shower and wash my hair. I'm gonna do that tonight. Hey baby dolls, so as you can see, it is a different day. This is going to be spread out over the course of a few days because I have so many things to do. Yes baby, you want to say hi? Say hi. Hi everyone. Hi friends. Yeah. Hey guys, I had to give Pinky her treat. I think I have some of her hair on my face. Yeah, basically I was saying because I have so many things to do, I'm not going to be able to take like one day and just bang it all out, or like 2 or 3 days. I was trying to do it in like a weekend, but I'm just not going to be able to do that because some things behind the scenes are going on. So I'm just going to be doing a little bit as I go along. So right now I want to go ahead and shave my mustache. Also, by the way, I'm on my period. I feel like every time we do a maintenance video, I'm on my period. Is that like a thing, or I'm like, y'all let me know, is that, do I always say I'm on my period when I feel like I am? Anyways, I'm on my period. So I have some breakouts here. All I've done so far this morning is wash my face with the Cetaphil. I always use the Gentle Skin Cleanser. It's the dry to normal sensitive skin one. I think the dark blue is like regular skin, but this one is for like very sensitive skin. And then I just put this little mask. This is my favorite mask. This is the Freeman Beauty charcoal and probiotic mask, and it always instantly dries out my breakouts. So I have quite a few, and this month it was really strange because they came like all down here around my this area, and normally I get them like up here, like by my pinky. Are you okay? She's staring at me. I get them like up here and stuff, so it's just weird that they were all down around my mouth. And I noticed that they're also very, very small. Like normally I get these really hard rock like pimples, like that are deep in my skin. These are like on top and are like tiny little bumps, and they're whiteheads. So that was strange, but it's okay. I had like a cluster of them here, so I just put it over that and I let them dry. So I'm not gonna be doing too much to my skin right now. I'm just gonna, like I said, shave the mustache, and then I'll do my skincare a little bit later after I let this sit on, and then we'll do a face mask a little bit later at some point in this video. I try to let, when I have a breakout, I try to let my skin heal first before I start putting products on top. I just find that when I overload my skin with products, it doesn't help the breakouts. Pinky, she's doing some gymnastics, y'all. I think she's about to jump and knock y'all over. Bumpkin, why do you have to do all this? You want water? Okay, guys, Pinky wants water, so I'm just going to shave. I'm going to use this sensitive skin shaving gel. I got this from Target. It's my first time. Well, I've used it on my legs and it's fine. It's not anything special. It's just shaving gel. It does the trick, but I want to try it on my lip. Hopefully I don't break out, and then I'm just going to use a little razor. So I'm going to probably fast forward through this or put music over it because Pinky wants to drink water and I don't want to annoy y'all with the noise in the background. So, oh, also, I forgot to tell you guys this. I'm sorry, ignore the water in the background. That's Pinky. But I forgot to tell you dolls this. But obviously, my hair, I took out my braids. I forgot to update y'all. But yeah, I took my braids out and I'm back to the curly hair. I just have it in a slick back for now. But I've been really craving like straight hair. I'm not sure if I want to do it like in the winter or in the new year, and I'm still deciding. I don't really want to put a relaxer in my hair, so I'm trying to figure out ways I can straighten my hair. I'm thinking about trying a blowout. I just feel like a blowout won't last long on me, and they're pretty expensive, so I have to figure it out. But anyways, if you dolls have any idea for how I can straighten my hair, and there isn't like, I don't want to put, like I said, chemical relaxer. I also don't want to put a ton of heat. I know at some point you're gonna have to put a little bit, but I just don't want to go crazy heat on my hair. I have not straightened my hair in like over 7 years now, so it's gonna be really interesting to have it straightened. Don't get me wrong, I love my curls. I just feel like I don't like the way my hair looks when it's just down. Like I can't do like a wash and go like some of the girls just do a wash and go, wash their hair and just wear it down. I feel like my curly hair doesn't look good down on me. Like, yeah, back in a bun or styled in a hairstyle, it looks good. I think the reason why is, although I have a big head, my head is also very long and skinny. It's like big this way, as you can see, but like this way it's like skinny. And when you have all that big hair, it kind of swallows up your face and your features. And I just feel like curly hair, my curly hair down does not suit me or suit my face as well as straight hair does. I've always kind of felt that way, but I just love the curls so much. I just never wanted to, I just wanted to have my curls because I love my curls, you know? Yeah, I just always wanted to have the curls. So, and I absolutely love my curly hair, like don't get me wrong, but it just doesn't suit my face. I don't know how to describe it, but I remember once I was at a photo shoot and the photographer was like, don't get me wrong, and please don't take this the wrong way, I love your big curly hair. Like I love how thick and big it is, but it like doesn't like accentuate your features. Like it almost like your hair is almost swallowing you whole. And you don't want that. Like your hair should frame like your features. It shouldn't take away from them. And he was telling me how he felt like the looks with me with my hair straight were so much better because they accentuated my features. And at the time when he was telling me that, I'm like, oh my God, this white man is trying to tell me that my natural curly hair doesn't look good on me, whatever, you know? Like that's kind of how I thought, and maybe that is how he meant it, I don't know. But now looking back on it, even when I looked at the photos after I got them, for some reason I always gravitated more towards the photos with my hair straight. Like those are the photos I use the most, and I think it's because even though I couldn't put my finger on it, straight hair just accentuates my features so much more. I don't know why. The only thing I can think of is, like I said, I have a very long face and my curly hair just swallows me whole. It could also be that I don't really know how to style my curly hair properly, because my hair is not just curly like nice curls. They're like thick and frizzy, and to get them to just lay down, it's really hard to get them to lay down. So I think that's part of it too. I just don't know how to style it properly. I think if I had maybe some more experience with styling my curly natural hair down, I would feel more comfortable. Like, I barely wear my curly natural hair down ever. So yeah, those are the thoughts I'm having about my hair right now. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. Should I go back to straight hair? The thing about going back to straight hair that scares me is I'm scared I won't get my curl pattern back, because when I had relaxer in my hair and I was straightening my hair for years, it was so hard, you guys, to go back natural to get that curl pattern back. And like, I remember the first like 4 out of the 7 years I could not get like a solid curl pattern. Like, some of my curls were wavy, some of them were super tight, and then some of them were just like pieces of straight hair that I ended up blowing out and falling off. I don't know, you guys, I just really feel like I love my curls. Like I said, don't get me wrong, I love the curls. But when I look at my, like, I was doing this yesterday after I took down my braids and I washed it. I was like, I just want to see what it looks like just if I just do like a wash and go and just wash it and just wear it down. And I was looking at my hair and I was like, I don't know, something about it does, like, I feel swallowed alive. It doesn't do anything for me. And at first I thought it was the length, because my hair was at an awkward length. Sorry, you guys, the guy is back. He was supposed to leave at the beginning of this month. He's back. So yeah, we have to talk about that, but that's why I closed the door, because he's making noise. I thought it was the length, because I noticed that like most girls whose hairstyles I like, they wear curly styles, their hair is like at shoulder length. It's not like super long. And my curly hair is about right here, which is just an awkward length for curly hair in general. I think it can either be, I think curly hair looks good either super long or like shoulder length. I think when you start going into the in-betweens, it's just kind of like meh, you know? And so I cut my hair. The last time you guys saw, I trimmed it, but I also cut a little bit more off. The last time I did my maintenance, when I did the braids, and I cut it to that, what am I trying to say? I cut it so that when I wear my hair curly, it hits here. Now, obviously, when it's straightened, it's going to be a little bit longer, but curly, it'll hit about here. And I thought it looked better, like it framed my face better, but it still wasn't giving what I had envisioned. And like I said, I just think it's the shape of my face. I don't know. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna put a little bit of oil above here. I did make myself a little tried and true. I need to get a big jar of this. I need to like go grandma style. Like my grandma used to have tubs and tubs of these everywhere. Yeah. I'm sorry, you guys, if you hear him talking. He's very loud and he's always on the phone because he can't sit with his own thoughts. Honestly, that's what I think. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm not trying to throw shade, but I am so sick of this man, y'all. I really just want him. I don't want to hear his voice anymore. I don't want to, like, nothing against him. Y'all know I don't hate my roommate. Like, y'all know I've dated this man. Like, I don't hate him, but I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't, I don't hate you. I just don't like you. Like, I don't want to be around you. I don't want to hang out with you. I don't want to hear your voice. You're my trauma. Like, I don't want to go into my kitchen in the morning and face my trauma when I'm just trying to get a cup of tea. You know what I mean? Anyways, that's not what this video is about. I'm going to come back to you dolls when I'm ready to do the rest of my skincare. Actually, I might end up doing my toes really quick. Yeah. I have 2 more minutes. 2 more months of this hell. 2 more months, he said, till the end of this year, and he better be gone. And I'm not playing. I'm not playing. I'm not playing. It's gonna be me or it's gonna be him. Y'all, this house has been peaceful for about 5 months, and then he shows back up and everything's disrupted. The way a man can just break your peace is crazy to me. Crazy. Dolls. Okay, so I did an everything shower. I think I did one earlier in this video too, but I'm at the end of my period, and I don't know about y'all, but when I'm on my period, I have to take, I'm sorry y'all, like I said in my last clips, my roommate's back, so I'm trying to, I'm adjusting. But I took an everything shower today, and I just exfoliated, shaved everything, because today is like the last day of my period, and I just needed to, you know, refresh. And I put some more of this mask on because the acne has gotten worse, not better. So I put some of this on. I am going to be doing this face mask a little bit later tonight. I want to make dinner first, I think, and then I'm probably gonna sit down to read and do this face mask, or maybe I'll do the face mask now while I do my toes. Okay, so I do want to do my toes, do my nails, so I'm gonna do my press-ons, and I'm also gonna be doing my toes. I'm off for 4 days, so these next 4 days I'm gonna be filming, vlogging, and I also have a few auditions I have to film. So I'm gonna be wearing wigs. So I did go ahead and do a little braid down really quick, and I'll show you what I used. I used this Scala hair cream. This is for coily and kinky hair. It's for strength, hydration, and detangling. And I love what this does to my hair, my curl pattern. It makes the curl pattern so pretty. However, it does leave a residue, so that's why I don't really like using this to style my hair. It's a shame that it leaves the residue, because I feel like if it didn't leave that residue, I would be using this all the time. So I absolutely love, like I said, the curl pattern and also how soft the curls are. But I just put this in. I'm using it as like a leave-in treatment, and then I also put in the rosemary oil in my hair. So I mixed both of those, braided down. On the ends, I did go ahead and use this braiding gel just to the ends of my hair, because I want all of it to be slicked back. Like I said, we're going to be wearing wigs for the next 4 days, so I just want to make sure everything looks good. I'm going to use some of this Wrap Me Foaming Mousse that I used in my braids when I had my boho braids in, and I'm just going to put it to the top. This kind of just, for me, locks in all of the flyaways and all of the like frizz. It just kind of locks it down so it's not like super frizzy. And then I'm also going to use a blow dryer, and I'm just going to like put a little bitty heat in my hair just so the oils and the cream can like penetrate into my hair. Low. That looks pretty set to me.
You got to let go. You're hurting me, making me lose my faith. Sorry, now do me dirty. Point me mad. Want your phone, me can go loco. Touch your body, but me can go fuck up. See my baby, they do me like say I did Chris. Make I no go they follow it. Baby, I no feel follow it. And I go there for you, okay? All this your body make my grace. They make you man want to rearrange. I they do things every day. I they do things every day. Oh no, 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 no. Feels like I'm alone. Oh no, I'm falling so low. Fuck, I've been doing this a lot. Cannot quit, I cannot stop. But make you show me love. I'm my honesty on God. Take away my breath if I ever snitch on my nigga. Yeah, lewa. When I no get rubber, you dey for me. When I no get power, I dey commit. I dey commit. I just want peace. I know if you read. Oh my Jackie, mommy, sorrow. All my babies know they follow. All my gratitude all on God. You gonna check my color. She want check my ability, check my stamina stability. Oh my jeton, oh my laton, make I no go loco. Oh, it's your body fine, make I no go fuck. Oh, it's your body they do me like say I did this. Make I no go they follow it. Baby I no feel follow it, and I go there for you, okay? Oh, this your body make my crazy, they make my want to rearrange. I they do things every day, I they do things every day.
Nails are done. I'm going to show you guys my nails and my toes tomorrow in the daylight because it's really hard to see in this lighting at night. But I'm about to wind down. It's like 10 o'clock. I do have an audition that's due tomorrow, so I definitely need to whiten my teeth tonight. So I'm thinking face mask, whiten teeth, read a good book. I'm starting the Winter People, so I'm gonna do that. Turn on some spooky background music, or maybe I'll turn on a true crime show and also read the book at the same time. I know that's weird, but it works for me. I like the background noise, if you know what I mean. This just plugs into my phone, which is actually a really good way. You can put the timer on the phone, plug it in, and you can also be on your phone at the same time if you want to do it all together. Probably do the mask first. This is Saka, like, look at me trying to speak Japanese, stop it. It says it was made in Korea, and I trust the Koreans for skincare. Okay. Oh, this is, oh, she is wet. Okay, I'm scared it's gonna rip because it's so like super wet. That's what, never mind, let me not make that joke because I already know some of y'all in the comments are sensitive. Whose short face this gonna fit on? This is somebody, whoever got this, made this. This is a short face, girl. Like, y'all could have made this a little bit longer, dang. It don't even go over my whole forehead, y'all. And I don't like it that close to my eyes like that. The mask is on. I must say it was a little bit short, like the face is short, so like you don't really get the matte, like I can't put it over my whole entire face, and it's covering my eyebrows too, which I don't really like to do. I just kind of put it on the front and on the sides. I don't put it on every single one of my teeth. I just put it on the teeth that you see when I smile. Oh, it hurts already. dolls. So my teeth are done whitening, and I read a little bit of the book. Wow, that book hopped right into the like suspense right away. I was like, whoa, wasn't ready for that. It is spooky, that is for sure. But I just read a little bit of my book, and now I'm going to go to bed, y'all, because I have this audition tomorrow, and I also want to go to the farmer's market, and I also want to do like some fall things, which I will be filming for a separate video. But yeah, I really need to go to bed. So I will see you dolls tomorrow after I get all of my beauty sleep. I hope you dolls have a good night. So I'm not entirely sure what video this clip is going inside of, because I was filming multiple videos at once and I abruptly stopped filming all of them because I was going through something which I'm gonna get a little bit into. I'm not gonna get into all of it, but I am gonna talk about it because I feel like I can't really move forward or do anything until I start addressing the issues or the issue that I'm having. Because I think for people on the outside looking in, it's like, well, one minute she's posting fun, cute videos, and then the next minute she just stops posting. It's so weird. And I think for a lot of you, you're not aware of this, but in the background, off camera, I am going through a lot. For those of you who've been here for a while, you know that I live with my ex-boyfriend. You know that it's a very tumultuous relationship. You know a little bit about it, but you don't know how bad it really is. You don't know the fact that he's a narcissist. You don't know that he has gaslit a storm out of me. You just don't know all the details. You don't know about the psychological abuse that I've been experiencing, probably since the day that I met him, honestly. Because now I can track everything back to the first day, and I can see where I've been manipulated and mistreated, okay? There are things that I'm never gonna talk about because they're just personal things that I've experienced or things that he's done to me that I just don't feel comfortable addressing on camera. But I wanted to talk about why I've been like kind of hopping around, like why sometimes you guys will see a lot of videos and then other times it'll just be like dead silent, and it's kind of weird. At the same time, I do want to do my skincare because my skin is really bad right now. You dolls know it. Well, I don't know what video this is going in inside of, but if this is in my maintenance vlog, then you guys already heard me talk about how I was on my period and I was having breakouts. So I took the pimple patches off, and you guys can see my skin is quite dried out, which is good. It kind of dried out a little bit of it, but like these little tiny bumps, that's stress related. That's just kind of like a heat rash. When I get really stressed out, my body starts to overheat. Like my body will feel cold, like my hands will feel cold and shaky, but inside of my chest will feel super hot, and my face will like start to get like kind of rashy. And that's what's been happening to me these past few days. It's probably been since the last time I picked up the camera, actually it's been since he's gotten back from New York. So it's been about probably 4 days, maybe almost a week. That's what's going on, you guys. I am in the process, and I know a lot of you have had questions about what's going on, what it's like to do what I've done, and why I'm doing it, and why I haven't gotten out of it, and what happened, and this and that. I'm not going to be able to get into all that into this video because, one, that's not what this video is about. I think this is going in my maintenance vlog. Maybe not. It might go into a regular vlog, but that's not what this video is about. I will do a separate series. It's going to be a series because there's a lot to unfold in that relationship and all of the experiences that I've had, and I do want to share my experience with other women so that they can see what not to do, okay, and what it's like to date a narcissist, and then to also try to get out of the relationship and break up from a narcissist, and all of the things that they will try to do to you to keep you in that relationship and to keep you on that toxic train. Okay, like I said, we won't unpack that now, we'll unpack that later, but I do want to kind of talk about what just recently happened, which is what's brought me to the point of where I've had to abruptly stop filming and just shift gears because my life had to shift. So let me make sure my cats. I did have so many plans of things I wanted to do in this video and also in my vlog. So whatever video this clip ends up in, I had so many things I wanted to do. I have been super excited for the holidays. I had a whole plan of videos and series and things I wanted to unroll. But the thing about being in a toxic relationship or a toxic environment in general, it doesn't have to be a relationship, just a toxic environment in general where someone is sucking the life out of you, you can't, it's almost debilitating. Like when I tell you guys, I couldn't even like walk, like I can't eat. I haven't eaten. Yesterday was the first time I finally put something in my mouth after like 4 days, and it was like a little bit of salad. I haven't been able to sleep. I'm extremely exhausted, but I can't sleep. I've been shaking the entire time. Like my body's literally shaking because not only am I mentally rejecting this person, but my body's like physically rejecting. Like I literally, when I say I never have ever felt hatred in my heart, but when I tell you I absolutely cannot stand this person, right? Like I cannot, like I want nothing but to just have a peaceful life and move on. I don't want this person in my life. I don't want this person around my life. I don't want to be their friend, their family, their nothing. I just want them to leave me alone and get out of my life. And I don't know how to get them to do that because we've had conversations before in the past. There's been times where he's threatened to leave and said he was going to leave, but then he keeps showing back up. We've had a conversation recently about moving on, dating new people, which we both have been doing, and just moving on. We even set a date this time, which I was so happy because I was like, okay, he's on the same page as me. Because for years, I kind of was like, you know, maybe we shouldn't be doing this. We need to get out of this. And all of my friends and family were saying the same thing. And I would bring it up to him and he would just gaslight me and say, oh, you know, they don't understand our relationship. They don't understand how close, they don't understand our dynamic. Gaslight me. So then I would be back on a toxic train with him and I would be going along with whatever he wanted to go along with. Also, this is a side note and it is a little bit of a rant, so you guys might be a little bit lost. Like I said, I'll do a sit down series so you guys can understand everything. But he did get diagnosed with MS a while back, which is also important to know because that was part of the manipulation that was used to make me feel bad about things. It's part of the reason why I stuck in it so long is because I did feel bad for him in some ways, and I was helping and I was taking care of him during this time, but I see he really doesn't need that. he did. It's a long story. We'll get into that. But I don't even know where to start you guys off, but we've agreed, we came to a date like at the end of the year, this is gonna be done, right? This is over. You go your way, you do your thing, I do my thing. I even had a conversation with him explaining to him, you know, in order for me to even have a friendship with you after all this, I need time away from you. Because imagine you guys waking up every day, just imagine like someone did something, has done horrible things to you for a very long time, okay? And then imagine waking up and facing that you're traumatizer every single day. Your attacker or whatever you want to call it. Imagine that. Pinky, you're not getting any more treats, Bubba. Sorry guys, my cat wanted treats. But anyways, let me scale back because now I'm going too deep down another path. Like I said, I want to kind of just stay on track with explaining what happened this last time that has caused me to stop abruptly filming. Okay? So, anyways, these past 4 months, he's been out of town in New York. We have discussed moving out multiple times. He said he was going to go, but he never goes. He keeps coming back. Okay? At one point, my sister was here. He said he was going to leave. I asked him about it. Are you going to leave? Because I wanted to see what would I have to do next. Do I have to find a roommate? What is my next step? And he laughed and said no, he wasn't leaving. So it's like a lot of gaslighting. Like, see, even that situation, like, you just told my sister, you went out onto the patio, told my sister, oh my God, you know I love your sister, but, you know, I need to move out. All of this stuff is just getting to be too much, whoop, whoop, whoop. But then when I sit down with you and I'm like, okay, so you're moving out. What's the date? What's going on? You're like, no. and you laugh like you never said it. It's like that, you guys. I have no respect for this person anymore. I don't trust them at all after all the things he did to me. I will not get into it in this video. Like I said, it's a lot, and you guys might be surprised. And some of it's kind of private too. I don't even know if I want to say some of it. But it's the person you don't ever want to run into. The guy you pray you never get. That's what I got. This time around, we decided we're moving out of the situation. We chose a date. We said at the end of the year, this is going to be over. He said, I'm dating someone in New York. I was like, great. Because I'm thinking to myself, if he's dating someone in New York, that there's a really high possibility that he will leave me alone, that he will not want to be in my life anymore, and he will move on and just leave me the F alone, you know? And I thought to myself, I said, it's going to be tough because we've been around each other for a long time, and we have, I won't even say we were friends, because the way that I feel treated, I don't feel like I was treated like a friend. Okay, so I don't think that he was my friend. I think that I was a good friend to him. How about that? But I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, okay, this is great. He will just move on, especially since he's dating someone, like, great. And he would call me and he would talk about her, which I thought was odd, because I'm like, why are you, like, if you're moving on and you're moving on, move on. Why are you calling me to talk to me about your relationship or this person that you like? So I'm like, okay. And it seemed aggressive, almost in a way like, even my sister brought this up. She's like, well, what would be the point of him like talking to you about her? That don't make no sense. It seemed aggressive to the point where it's like he was like trying to make me upset or make me jealous, or just like trying to do something. Like, why do you need to talk to me about her? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And in order for me to feel upset or jealous about anything, I'd have to care about you, and I don't. I want you to move on. I'm happy that you're doing that. Just focus on that. Focus on her. Focus on that. Why are you he would call me, by the way. The entire time that he was in New York these last 4 months, I rarely called him. I think I called him twice. I called him one time because I was creating his resume for him, because he was trying to find a job and he hasn't worked in over 6 years. So I was helping him with the resume. And the second time I called him was because people were showing up to the door trying to serve him. Those were the only 2 times that I ever reached out to him. Other than that, I didn't call him. I'm not calling him, talking to him like, oh yeah, me and so-and-so is doing this and I'm dating that and I'm talking. I keep my business to myself. But I'm also one who I don't really like to put out, like, when it comes to dating, I don't like to put my personal business out there, you know? You'll know when I'm seeing someone when I'm married to them. I'm going to use the Cetaphil Gentle Skin Cleansing, because I forgot that I also need to do my skincare right now, which is why I came in here in the first place. I did want to chat with you guys, but I also want to do my skincare. So we're going to do that too. Hold on a sec. Aren't these so cute, you guys? They're like little ghosties. I have the headband too, but I'm not going to put it on. Okay. So I'm thinking, okay, he's doing his thing. That's great. That means he's finally getting the point. He's finally moving on. Because remember, you guys, up until this point, even though he's been talking to other people and seeing other people, and I've been talking to other people, it seemed like he was still trying to hold on. Like he even the idea, okay, you're my friend, is like, I don't have to be your friend, bro. We dated. It didn't work out. Move on. I don't have to be your friend. And I wanted to also just mention that, like, any women who feel like a guy is trying to force you to be his friend after he's broken your heart, like, you don't have to be somebody's friend after they broke your heart. Like, the correct way to do is to process your emotions. No, you broke my heart. I don't want to be your friend, and I don't have to be your friend. Don't ever let these men gaslight you into like being your friend, because what they'll do is they'll gaslight you into being their friend, and you'll see that you end up being a second, like I'm cooking, y'all see me, y'all tell me like, don't cook for him, don't do that, don't do the shit you do, and you acting like a girlfriend. They'll have you doing shit for them. I'm sorry, let me not cuss because I don't want my video to get taken down. Well, they'll have you like doing stuff for them, and they'll be taking advantage of you on the sideline. Like, they'll have you by them and next to them, using you for what they need you for, while they're doing that to multiple women, especially a narcissist. So yeah, if you don't feel comfortable being friends with a person, don't. Now, if you are truly friends with them and you feel comfortable with that, I say there's nothing wrong with that. But honestly, this person has done so much to me. They're not my friend. That's the reality of the situation. I've tried to be their friend. I've been a good friend to them, but they are not my friend. And I had to realize that. Okay, I know you guys are probably like, okay, enough of the sidestepping. Tell us exactly what happened so we can understand why you're at this point. And just know that a bunch of other stuff led up to this, but we're at the end, right? And I am super excited because he leaves out of town. He's gone for 4 months. He sends me this long text message novel basically saying what I already feel, which is we need to get out of this situation. But he doesn't say it in a way where it's like, me and you need to get out of this situation. He says it in a way where it's like, oh, you know, the living situation is just not good for the both of us because we're both kind of like struggling with money. And he makes it a financial problem instead of making it what it really is, which is we should not be living together anyways because we're not in a relationship. And it's weird. Hello? It's weird. Which I've said multiple times, other people have said multiple times, but every time I say it or other people say it, it gets gaslit. That's what happens. So he sends this message and I'm like, great, this is awesome, this is amazing. I personally don't want to say anything that's going to cause an argument. So I'm like, let me just not say anything. It looks like it doesn't matter how he phrases it. It looks like he's on the same page as me. We need to get out of this situation. We do not need to be living together. Okay, so I'm like, okay, great. I'll call him, or he calls me. A week after that, he calls me and he says, hey, I was thinking we should wait until the end of the year. Mind you, the first time we were supposed to wait until the end of the month, which would have been October 1st. So October 1st, we should be, he said, if we don't both find, I have a job, first of all. Let me just start there. He doesn't have a job. I have a job. Now, I don't make enough at my job, but I do have a job. So he said, if we don't find jobs by the end of the month, then that next following month, we should give in our notice to leave. I said, fine. Because at this point, I'm just happy that I'm going to be out of this situation. I don't really care at this point. Now, there was a little bit of like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to figure this out and how I'm going to maneuver this. There was the option to move back home. I really wasn't ready to move back home, but I was trying to figure it out, to make a long story short. And like I said, I can't get into every detail right now, but I was trying to figure it out. My mom and my family jumped in and said, we're going to help you. So we were figuring it out. When he called and was like, hey, you know what? Let's push it out. Let's push it out to the end of the year. On this call, you guys, somehow, some way, I got gaslit into an argument because the argument, listen, y'all, the conversation, he somehow twisted it and it became about me not asking him for more time. And it became him helping me by giving me more time. And it's like, how are you helping me by giving me more time when I didn't call you and ask you for more time? But because he knows the things to say and the buttons to push to upset me, he kept saying things that got me so riled up and upset that I wasn't even able to realize what he was doing. I couldn't even realize that he was gaslighting me into arguing with him about something that I don't even care about. I never asked you for more time. I never wanted to stay here with you any longer. That wasn't even a question. I was trying to figure out what were my options? What was I going to do? Of course, you guys, in the heat of the moment, I'm so frustrated. I don't even notice this. I don't even realize it until later when I call my sister and I have a conversation with my sister about it. My sister's like, this doesn't make any sense, girl. He just freaking gaslit you into arguing with him about wanting more time when you never even asked him for more time. You should have got off the phone. You should have been like, look, I'm not asking you for more time. Do what you want to do. You want to stay longer, stay longer. I'm not asking for more time. That's up to you. But I wasn't, y'all, I was so irritated because of the way he just kept gaslighting everything. So anyways, then it became I was creating an argument and I was arguing with him. It was like, but I didn't even call you. I'm sitting here in my own peaceful moment, figuring out my situation, and you call me to disrupt my peace, to tell me you want to stay longer. Fine. But now you want to argue with me and gaslight me into thinking that, oh, why didn't you ask for more time? I'm trying to help you. Really? No, you're trying to help you. You call me. I didn't call you. And I haven't been calling you. You've been in New York for 4 or 5 months and I haven't said anything to you because I don't care. I'm over here doing my shit. What are you doing? So anyways, I'm sorry, y'all. I had to get a little real for a moment. Let's see what... Should we use toner today? I'm kind of apprehensive about using the toner. I'm kind of scared that my toner is expired, to be 100% with y'all. I want to use it, but I think it's expired, and I really need to just clean out all of my skincare, but it's the Good Molecules toner. I'm going to try it and see how I feel. Anyways, getting off track, going back. So we decide now, a fifth or sixth time, that, okay, so now it's at the end of the year, right? The plan is that we're moving out at the end of the year. Annette, oh, my friend Annette is texting me. So we make a plan that we're going to move out at the end of the year, okay? Mind you, he calls me. Again, I'm not calling him. He's calling me throughout this time. Fast forward, I'm having my surgery. I'm going through a lot with my health and stuff like that. So I'm just not feeling it anyway. At this point, I'm feeling like I need to... Part of the reason why my health is so bad, some of the health issues I have, is because of my stress and because of my environment. And I'm trying to, like, okay, if my health would be not in a perfect place, because I still have to get probably another surgery, you guys. I'm probably going to have to get another surgery. That's what it's looking like, okay? But it would help. It would help with my nervous system. It would help with my gut. It would help with the ulcers that are in my stomach. If I wouldn't be so stressed out that I would have ulcers in my stomach, that would help me a little bit, you know? So I'm just thinking, okay, whatever. So he's calling me and he's talking to me, and fast forward to I have my surgery, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not doing it anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm not playing the games. I'm not stressing myself out. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not doing it. So I'm thinking in my head, you guys, he's been gone for 4 or 5 months. He's been telling me this entire time how great his relationship in New York is going. So I'm like, this is wonderful. He even told me that he spoke to his mom, and his mom spoke to his mom about moving back in with her. So I was like, okay, this is great, because now he's actually coming to the realization that it's time to move on. We're on the same page, okay? So I'm thinking in my head, y'all, I honestly thought that this man was not going to come back here. I honestly thought he was going to move on. You have a family over there. You have a girlfriend over there. What would be the reason to come back? The only thing I could think of is to get your stuff, which I remember one time I was on a call with him, and I told him, you know, you don't even have to come back to get your stuff. Like, you can honestly hire a storage company, which I've done in the past, that they come and they pack your stuff up and take it to a facility that is like not public. You could totally do that. And I told him, I was like, I'll make sure that nothing happens to your stuff and that they pack it nicely and everything. I'll be here. And he was kind of like, no, because I have to come back and do something. What would you have to do here? You don't have a job. What would you have to do here? So I was like, okay, maybe he wants to close some stuff out. I don't know. But I honestly thought he's going to come back at the end of the year when it's time for us to move out and get his stuff. That's what I'm thinking, y'all. So imagine my shock when I'm in the, like, I'll go on about my business. Mind y'all seen, it's a fly in here. Y'all know how much I hate flies. Oh, I might have to turn y'all off and him because he's going to drive me insane. But mind you guys, I'm having the best time of my life here. I finally feel relaxed. Y'all see me. Y'all may not have seen me because I wasn't vlogging. But I had auditions. I'm feeling like, okay, I'm getting back to being me. I have my auditions. I'm doing my thing. I'm figuring out my life. I'm getting stuff together. My family's helping me out. Like, I'm getting it together. I'm getting it together. I'm starting to pay off debt. I'm doing this. I was like, okay, this is going in the right direction. He's moving on. I'm moving on. We're getting out of this. It's going to be so much. So imagine my shock, y'all, when I am sitting at my desk editing a video and the key in my door starts turning. Girl, my heart fell to the freaking floor. Because I'm like, who is this coming in the house right now? This is weird. Like, I was scared. And I remember getting up and looking, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I honestly thought I probably, wasn't ever going to see this person again. Or this person was going to come back and get their stuff, and that was going to be the last time. Like, I'm thinking, my brain fast forward to the future. I thought that I was out. Like, my brain was in, I'm out of this mode. Like, we're out of this. Even though I'm still living here and I'm still figuring out, you know, the particulars, my brain had left the situation. So I was shocked to see, mind you, like I said, we're still talking. He would still call me and things like that. But we weren't talking like, you know, best of friends, we're gonna still be living together. We were talking like, it's time to end this, like, let's move on, let's move forward, that type of talk. So I was shocked, okay, and disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, that was about 4, maybe 5 days ago now. Let's do some more skincare, right, shall we? So put the Niacinamide brightening toner on. I need moisture really bad because I've been putting all this stuff on my skin to treat the pimples and stuff. So now I feel like I need moisture. I don't know. The little tiny bumps are just like stress related. And I also think it could be because Pinky keeps snuggling me because she knows I don't feel well. So it could be kind of a rash. Oh, you know what I wanted to mention too, dolls? That this Glow Recipe Watermelon Mask, I actually like it. I did try it a few times, and I do actually love this mask. I have another one as well. And the Fenty Cookies and Cream Mask, I like that one too. Do I have that one? Let me see. But the Cookies and Cream Fenty Mask, I like that one too. I think I like this one better. It's a little bit more softer on the skin, but I feel like you can use each one for different problems. Like if you really need that like rough exfoliation, then I would go with the Fenty mask. But if you need more of a soft exfoliation, I would go with this one. But I'm not going to do a mask today because I already did a mask. I'm sure if this clip is going into the maintenance video, I've already done a mask like a few times, so I don't want to do too many masks. Okay, so the next thing also that I wanted to do is my lips. My lips are super, super dry, and I'm just going to use a lip scrub. This is the Pink Sugar Lip Scrub. It doesn't smell like pink sugar candy or anything like that. I think it's just pink and it's got sugar in it. But I'm going to do a lip scrub really quick. Okay, so where was I? Okay, so yeah, he came back. Let me do this lip scrub real quick, y'all. The funny thing is I haven't even gotten to the part where I tell you guys what actually happened. They're just like took it over the edge for me. Mind you guys, I'm the type of person where you could do some horrible things to me. Like, you can cheat on me, you can do some horrible things to me. You can, I don't even want to say because this person has done this to me before. But you can do some horrible, pretty horrible things to me, and I will just suppress it, which I realize is not a good way to handle it. And then once my tank is full, you could do the smallest little thing to me and it will take me off the handle. And this was it. So he comes back. I'm shocked. I'm confused. I'm hoping he's like coming because at this point, we have another conversation where we're like, it sounded to me like he was like, okay, let's just leave this month. Like, and then he also was like, oh, we have 2 weeks left to figure it out. Like our, you know, to figure out our financial situation or otherwise, we have 2 weeks to figure it out or otherwise we have to turn in our 30 days. So I'm thinking, great. I'm glad that we're both on the same page, because then turn in the 30 days. So it went from being the end of the year now, you guys, to 2 weeks, which would be November 1st. We would give in our 30-day notice, which is what he's telling me. Mind you guys, I'm not telling him any of this stuff. I'm not giving him any ultimatums. I'm not saying this date, that date. I'm not doing any of that. This is all him. He said, first he said October 1st, then he said the end of the year, and now he's back saying November. Okay? I'm just going along with it, because at this point, I don't want to start an argument, and I just want us to be done. So I'm not going to argue with you about the time. As long as you're giving me a date and when you want to be done, that sounds good to me. Okay, I don't want to wait till the end of the year, but if I have to do that, then that's what I got to do. I got to push it out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, he moved it up to November. No problem. Great. We're on the same page. If 2 weeks from now, we put in a 30 notice. Mind you guys, before anybody asks, yes, we are both on the lease. So we're on it together. There isn't a situation where one of us is on it and then the other one isn't. So it's not like I can just hop up and just go whenever. You know what I mean? Like, I have to put in a 30 days as well. Like, we have to kind of communicate and figure it out. That happens. Mind you, I just like, let's just keep the peace. We agree in 2 weeks. Let's get through this. Let's get through these last 2 weeks. Come on. You know, I'm being nice. I know you guys have a problem with this. Like, a few of you guys are like, why are you cooking dinner? Why are you making their food? Woo, woo, woo. That it's a long story. I'll explain that. That's part of like the thing that I do to pitch in a little bit more, because I'll explain it later. It's just how I am. It's just what I do. Let's just think that, okay? So meanwhile, I'm trying to be nice. I'm doing all this. You know what I was thinking too, and it just popped to me. Even now, he's still gaslighting, because he kept saying, oh, I'm gonna leave. And he changed the dates so many times, the end of the month. Then he just told me the other day, in 2 weeks, we need to put in our 30-day notice. It's like, dude, you keep saying all these things and you're not following through on any of it. You're still gaslighting. You're still doing it. Like, if you're serious about getting out and moving on with your life, why would I ever need to meet your girlfriend? Because you plan on keeping me in your life. So you're gaslighting again. You're not like, the stuff that you're talking about, you're not even like following through on it. Like, it's like my mom said, the entire thing is fake. It's made up. He's like, oh, no, because I live with you, so I'm dating her, but I live with you, so she has to meet you. No, we're leaving. We're leaving, right? So, like, are you gaslighting me on the leaving part? What is it? Nothing that you're saying is adding up. It doesn't make any sense at all whatsoever. There's no reason for you to return here. If you have talked to your family and you figured everything out and you're moving to New York and you got your life over there, why are you back? It doesn't add up. If it was me, I would not be coming back here. I would be sending the freaking, what do you call it, clutter? Yes, y'all. If y'all looking for a moving service that will pack your stuff up and put it inside of a storage unit that's not public, so it's a private. And in order to get your stuff out, you have to schedule a delivery back to the location. Look into Clutter. Okay, I've used them before. I've had a few issues with some things being broken, but other than that, I would have did that. It's all just a big lie, like a gaslighting lie. All of the years that I've tried, we've had arguments where I've tried to push back and say, you know, the stuff that people have been telling me about our relationship, our situation is weird. Like, it's not right. Like, even when we started dating, he refused to call me his girlfriend. He refused to get into a relationship. But every time I tried to back away, okay, we're not going to be in a relationship, I'll back away and take my space, he would call me and go hard. And then all he wanted to do was hook up. That's all he wanted to do. And then when I started to realize, okay, all you want to do is hook up with me and use me. He would use me for other things. But when I started realizing, okay, I'm being used here, when I would bring it up, it would be a gaslight. And the gaslighting would go like this. No, we're friends. I don't want to be your friend, Negro. If I don't have sex with people who I'm their friend. Who does that? It was like, Okay, we're friends one minute, but then we're together the next minute. Y'all, I just wish that if this happens to y'all, take the signs, take the signals. Do not believe the gaslighting. Do not believe the lies. And then also, don't gaslight yourself into thinking, okay, maybe this person is troubled, but they're going to become a good person. They're going to learn. They're going to grow. They're going to become a better person. Don't gaslight yourself into that, girl. If this man is 45 years old, hasn't worked in 6 years, has gaslit me for 7 years, there's no, you can't teach an old dog new trick. Whatever type of development he should have got that with his mama when he was younger. And another tip I have going forward, I don't want to date any men or even deal with any men who don't have two parents in their lives. If their father's not in their life, I'm telling you, because yes, a mother can teach a son about women and how to treat women, but his biggest example is going to be how his father treats his mother. And if you date a man who doesn't have his father to be an example of how to treat his mother, that man does not know how to treat women. And even if he is trying to do his best is going to be the worst because he just doesn't have a clue. There's a lack of understanding and knowledge there. Do not let him gaslight you into thinking that he is smart, he's intelligent, he's of a higher consciousness. And that's another thing. Especially the ones who have religious aspects to them, or maybe they are in that new age consciousness, be careful of those spiritual men, because those spiritual men, not all of them, now I'm not speaking on all of them, but a large majority of them use their spirituality to manipulate people. So you gotta be smart. You gotta be able to look at the picture. I hear what you're saying. I see what you're saying, but you're off, bro. So yeah, that is another aspect. Like I said, I'll talk to you guys about that in another video in the series. But I was manipulated as well with the whole, trust me, I'm smart, I'm intelligent. And he did. He got me for a minute. Because he was talking smart, he was talking intelligent. He used a couple of words that he had learned from a book. And I was like, oh, he's smart. He's using. Now, let's go to the incident that occurred. Because I think that's what we're trying to get to, right? This particular night, I'm minding my business. As I do, y'all. As I always do. Minding my business, editing my video. This person walks into, mind you, throughout the day, they've been bothering me. They've been walking in and asking me stuff. Oh, have you seen my charger? Have you seen this? Where's that? Where's this? It's like I'm their mom. I get treated like I'm their mom. Okay? I'm up to here, y'all. Up to here. Okay? But I'm like, I'm still very helpful. I still try to be helpful. But I'm just like, at some point, bro, you're going to have to grow up and keep up with your stuff. Like, what are you doing? So the person comes in. He comes into the office. I'm sitting there editing my video. And he's like, oh, can you come here for a second? I'm just like, ugh, what is this now? But I get up, I go, okay? He's like, oh, I lost my contact in my eye. Now, the first time he did this, he lost his contact down a sink, and I got it out. Now here he is talking about he lost his contact in his eye. It happens. When you wear contacts the first time, it happens. Like, you got to get used to wearing it. It happened to me. It happens. So he can't get his contacts out of his eye. So I'm literally helping him get his contact out of his eye. So we get one out, and then there's another one still in there. And I tell him, just relax and just let it come. It's going to come down. It can't stay in there forever. Just relax. Relax your eye and calm down. I go back into the office to see if I can I go back into my room to see if I can find a little gadget to get the contact lens out. Because I can actually see it, but I don't want to stick my finger in his eye. That's gross. So I was going to go get like a little gadget that I have for, applying the contact lens. I couldn't find the gadget. And then I also was looking online to see if I could find it, found it, texted him the link. I could hear him in the bathroom. So I'm thinking he's still in there working on his eye. I thought I heard him say, I got it out. So I turn and I go around and I'm like, oh, you got it out? And then I see he's not. He's on the phone, like on FaceTime with someone. So I'm like, oh, my bad. I thought you called me. And I like turned to, he was like, no, don't, no. It's okay. Yeah, I want to try to get it out. And then he takes his phone, y'all. Are y'all ready? I don't think y'all ready. Okay, I'm sorry, because this is going to be a jump scare. Because every time, when I tell the story to all of my friends and my family, and I even told it to the girls at work last night, not even the girls, there's 2 guys in the group too. They literally gasped because they just couldn't believe what was happening, and neither could I. Okay? He turns the phone around to face me, and he starts to introduce me to a female on his phone. I don't know who she is, but I'm the type of person, y'all, I don't like FaceTime. People call me on FaceTime, I'm like, nope, call me back, text me, what do you need? Do not FaceTime me without letting me know. I don't like that. 1. 2, I don't like being put on camera without my permission. 3, especially somebody I don't know, okay? I'm thinking, okay, this could be the girl that he's talking to, but why would he do that? That's so fucking weird and awkward. Why would he put her on a FaceTime call with me? Like, what? Why? For what reason? But I'm like, okay, I'm kind of irritated and pissed because I don't want to talk to you, to anybody, let alone your girlfriend. Like, I don't care. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. And for what reason? It seemed to me like a malicious reason. It seemed like he did it to kind of like throw something in my face or be boastful or try to make me feel bad. But it's like, dude, I don't feel bad about that. Why put that in my face? Why not just, if you have your shit going on over there, why did you come back? Why'd you come back? Why are you back here now? And why are you putting us 2 together? I don't have any kids with this person. I am not this person's family. There is no reason for me to have to meet this person's partner. No reason at all. And same thing for me. I felt like I would never introduce the guys I'm talking to my ex. For what reason? We're broken up. We don't have kids together. It's not like you're going to be dating me with them. It's not like we're all going to be in some type of weird triangle together. Like, this isn't, and I said this to my sister. I'm like, this isn't freaking Sister Wives. Like, what do you think is going to happen? So anyways, he catches me off guard. I'm like, oh, hi. It's super, super awkward because I don't even know who I'm talking to because he didn't even introduce her properly. He wasn't like, hey, Zuri, this is my girlfriend or whatever. And whatever, whoever she is, this is Zuri. This is my ex. This is who I live with. He didn't explain at all. So I didn't even know who she was. But I'm thinking, okay, this could possibly be her, but it's weird. Why would he do that? So he just has the phone turned on me, and this is awkward because I'm being forced to like chat with somebody I don't even know, and I don't even care. So I'm just looking at him oddly. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess, no, the girl's like, oh, well, I guess I'll let you let you get that out of his eye or whatever. And then he tells her, oh, I'll call you back. I help him get his thing out of his eye, which my sister was like, why the hell did you do that? Like, let him deal with his own eye. Like, this is weird. It's like a weird situation. You shouldn't even be, like, y'all are broken up. You shouldn't even be in the bathroom doing anything with his eye. Like, that's first of all. And think about how the girl felt. It was mad uncomfortable. Like, why? And I'm like, but it's neither one of our fault. It's actually his fault. He shouldn't have me in the bathroom getting anything out of his eye either. Like, you should be respecting that, you know? Anyways, I'm not even going to go down that road because that's their relationship between them. If they want to do that weird shit, let them do it. I just don't want to be involved, which was my point. So I go back into my office, and at this point, I'm like, I just want to leave the apartment and just get out. So I'm like, maybe I'll go walk and get a donut. So I go to my office, and I can't remember what I was looking for. I think I was looking for my phone. And he comes back in the office, y'all, a second time. Are y'all ready for this? You know what? Let me just moisturize my lips really quick. I'm going to use the Vaseline. He comes back into the office a second time. Calls the girl on FaceTime again. Like, okay, maybe whatever the heck I'm trying to try didn't work the first time. So let me try and upset her again. Like, I don't know what he was trying to do. It was just really weird and irritating, and it was uncomfortable that he was putting me in an uncomfortable situation and also putting this girl in an uncomfortable situation and doing it without my permission. I don't know if the girl was okay with it and she knew about it. It seemed like she did. But I personally didn't know about it, and I would have liked a heads up. I would have liked him to say, hey, you know, at some point I'm going to have to introduce y'all or this or that. There was no heads up, you guys. It was just a huge awkwardness. And it's like, you put this girl and this phone in my face. What am I supposed to say to this girl? What am I supposed to say to her? You want me to make her feel comfortable about a bad situation you have her in. And he's like, oh, you know, you got to understand, like, I'm dating her and it's awkward for her because I live with you, and so I think yeah, but that's y'all. You need to make her feel comfortable. She's in an awkward situation and you're having to do this because you're doing something that's not right. You shouldn't be bringing her into a situation where you're living with your ex. And if you're going to do that, you have to figure out how to make that okay with her. That's your job to make her feel good. I'm not her boyfriend. I'm not in a relationship with y'all. That's between y'all. I don't have nothing to do with it. And I don't bring any of my guys, y'all. The people that I talk to, no. They know the situation. They know the situation, and they're like, and I told them, I don't want to be anything serious or do anything serious or even move in that direction until I'm out of this situation. And they said, we respect that. We respect it because thank you for thinking of me and being respectful. That's what they said. Okay, hold on, guys. Okay, my battery died a little bit there, but also just a quick insert as well is one of the things a narcissist will do is they will try to gaslight you into thinking something's wrong with you, like maybe you are crazy and you're not seeing things correctly, and everything that they say is right and everything that they do is correct. So it is in an effort to control you. So he does that to me all the time. Like, there's this ongoing thing, like, there's something wrong with you because of your anxiety, because of this. Yeah, I wouldn't even have anxiety, bro, if it wasn't for you stirring the pot, actually. But I remember earlier on when I was dating him, there would be like a bunch of women around and they would all seem like a little off. Like, not crazy, but they would seem kind of vexed. And I couldn't for the life of me figure out why these women around him seemed vexed. And I remember he would talk shit about them. Like, there's this one woman, I'm not going to say her name, but one that he's had around for a while, and she would always do crazy, weird things. And I couldn't figure it out because he would always say, there's nothing between us. She's just weird. She has anxiety. She's crazy. But then he would always hang out with her and he would do things. I'm like, well, when you do those things, don't you see how, like, you're kind of giving her the wrong idea, so now she has the wrong idea. It's like you're playing with her. Why are you doing that? And then I remember one time he told me, oh, I broke up with this girl and she hasn't come out of her apartment for like 3 months. But he didn't say it like he felt bad about it. He said it like he was bragging about it, like he was proud that he was able to do this, to have this effect on these women, that they fall in love with me so much that they can't even come out of their house when they break up with me. It was like that. And it was really gross to me, but I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm taking it the wrong way. Gaslighting myself at that point. And then I remember this one girl, she was always around and I knew that they had history together. But one time I went to a show that we were all at, and she was acting like a vulture, y'all. She was circling me. She was circling him. And I wasn't even standing by him. But he was acting very weird to me. I remember this particular day. And this was a day where I was like, okay, this nigga, I'm sorry, I can't say nigga on camera. But I was just kind of like, okay, this guy could possibly be an imposter. Like, he could possibly have a good mouthpiece where he can talk and sound like he's good, but he might be garbage, you know. But I can't tell that entire story right now. I'll tell it later. But this girl was circling around me, and I told him about it. I was like, she was acting really strange, this and that. And he told me there was a point where he went to go see his friends, and she was living with his friends at the time, because I guess they were all in the same group of friends, and she had severe anxiety around him, and she was acting so weird, and he just thought it was so weird. And I thought to myself, that's strange. How could you go around somebody and have history with somebody and not understand why that person would be so vexed about being around you? It made me feel like he was gaslighting. Like, And it's true. Now I see it and I'm thinking about, I'm like, you got all of these women around you that are vexed. And you're gaslighting me, making me think that there's just women around you that are just crazy in love with you and they're acting crazy. When in actuality, you're fucking with them. Like, you're messing with their minds. You've gaslit them. You've made them believe things. You have them going back and forth. Now I see, because now I'm one of those girls that are vexed, like that were vexed. I'm not vexed anymore, but I was like, well, I don't get it. Why pull me in and woo me in and then rip me apart at the same time? And now I see he probably was doing it to all of them too. It all started adding up. But I say that to say, if a guy tells you that a female that he's around, that he's had history with, is just vexed or there's something wrong with her, you might want to second guess him, because why would she be like that with you? It don't make no sense. And why would you be, if she was vexed, why would you be with somebody like that? And why is all of the women that you were previously around, these women that fell in love with you and are just vexed all of a sudden? And here's another thing I noticed about narcissists, is that they have a really hard time letting go. They have attachment issues. They don't want to let go of their women. So they'll try to keep all of them around all the time, which is what I feel like he was trying to do with the whole, oh, meet my girlfriend, meet my ex situation the other day, is he was trying to hold on to all of his women so he could maneuver the way that he wants to. Okay, you guys, I'm back. The camera is overheating. It's the issue. So I think I'm going to use this brightening face serum. It has vitamin C and niacinamide in it. And it's just one of those serums that I picked up from Marshall's. So I'm going to try this. And then I'm going to put my moisturizer on after that, because I find that when I put my moisturizer on first, it kind of blocks my pores for a little while. And the other serums that I put on don't really absorb as well. So anyways, back to what I was saying. So anyways, he comes into the office and he has this girl on the phone again. It's mad awkward. You guys, whilst I'm on the phone with this female, a child jumps on the phone. I don't know if it was a mistake and the girl just walked in the room and just grabbed the phone. I'm not entirely sure what happened. All I know is this woman is talking to me. I don't know what we're talking about, because I don't see why in any worlds that our worlds would ever collide to talk in the first place. I'm sitting here trying to think like, Zuri, stay cool, stay calm, because I want to just be like, hey, I don't have anything to do with any of this stuff. I'm not in a relationship with this man. I don't want this man. We're in the process of getting out of this toxic stuff. Girl, there's no reason that you need to talk to me. Trust me, there's no reason that you need to meet me at all. Because after this, you're never going to see me again. So there's no need for you to see me now. Like, I don't have any kids with this man. I'm not pursuing this man. There's no reason for you to meet me. I promise you. But like my sister said, I could also understand that if you're seeing a guy and the guy's still living with his ex, you are going to be like, well, I want to meet her. Because my sister said you don't know what he told her. He could have told her a bunch of stuff about you, and she might be just trying to see what is really going on. But in my opinion, I would never, as a female, I would never do that, because if I'm uncomfortable so uncomfortable with you that I need to ask you to meet your ex, then that means that you've put me in an uncomfortable situation. And I would never want to be in an uncomfortable situation with a man like that, especially starting out. So, and I also just feel like even if I did want to meet the other girl, I would understand if the other girl didn't want to meet me. I would understand that. It wouldn't be like, I'm going to hop on the phone and meet this girl. Like, what are you doing? What are y'all trying to do? Like, I don't have nothing to do with this. Like, leave me alone. So the girl is talking, and then the girl goes, oh, well, hopefully one day I'll get to meet you in person. Y'all, I can't make this up. I cannot make this up, y'all. I can't. I'm like, why? And I'm thinking in my head, why would this girl ever meet me in person? Like, I don't know what he's like. I don't know what's going on. So I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I gotta go. I can't remember how I got off the phone. But I am going to tell you a little bit of a little bit of information that I'll go into later in a different video that will tie into why this moment kind of triggered me. It kind of triggered me because in the past, I had an experience with him, which I said I'll do a whole story time on. But basically, there was this girl that came, okay, when me and him, I was living with him, and this particular day, we had just was physical. A few hours later, I got up, went to the kitchen, made breakfast, we sat at the table. It was a good day. It was actually New Year's Day. And we were talking, he was telling me about all the things he loves about me, about my smile and all these things. 2 seconds after that, he got a text from a girl who he had told me she showed up from New York, and he told me she had a child and he didn't want to do to her what her ex had did to her before in the past. And he told me that the girl had a daughter. So at this point, I'm putting 2 to 2 together, y'all. I'm like, okay, he just introduced me to this girl that's in New York. It's the same story, y'all. That's what I figured out. Like, before, the incident before that I had, and I will tell y'all the story. I'll tell y'all the full thing because I know y'all going to want to know. The story before that he gave me was this girl showed up from New York. He really likes her. They talked. He was trying to talk to her for a really long time, but she really didn't give him a chance or some shit like that. She got involved with this other guy. He got her. They had a child together, but she found out that the guy lived in another state with another family, and he just couldn't do to her what the other guy did to her. But he was okay doing to me what the other guy did to her. Okay, whatever. So at this time, we're not boyfriend and girlfriend. We didn't say that we were boyfriend and girlfriend, but I'm living with him and we are intimate, okay? And at the very least, we are friends. I had no place to go. This man packed my things inside. Hold on, y'all, because the sirens, y'all got to hear this. This man packed my things in garbage bags. I followed him throughout the entire apartment as he packed my things in garbage bags and tried to hide them as I begged him to not do this to me. Okay? I had nowhere to go that entire night. I was at my job, y'all, with a little suitcase trying to figure out where I was going to sleep. Should I sleep in the conference room? No, because cameras can see me. I ended up going with one of my guy friends who really, I mean, he's a good friend, but he really wanted something more, which was super uncomfortable because now I'm going to stay with him in his apartment, and I didn't get no sleep all night, y'all, because all I had was a giant bat up against my back while I was trying to sleep. Okay, that's a different story for a different time. But I'm thinking this is the same person. This is the same person because this girl is in New York. She also has a daughter. I'm putting 2 to 2 together, y'all. Fast forward, we're in this situation. He leaves the house. He comes back. He goes to the store. He comes back. I said, you know what? I'm going to ask him, because throughout our entire relationship, one of the problems I have that my therapist told me is that I don't speak up enough. Like, I don't say when something's bothering me. I wait and wait and wait until I explode. And it looks crazy because it's like, why is she exploding over this small, tiny thing? But it's like, if you had spoke up about it along the way, then, and created the boundaries, then when you got to this point, the person should understand, okay, I crossed the boundary. She told me before. Okay, so I said, let me just go ahead, because my sister also told me part of the problem is you never created boundaries with this person. This person been stepping over you for years and stepping on you for years, and you've been allowing it. And now you're trying to create boundaries because now you guys are moving out of it and you're trying to create boundaries. But to him, it's foreign. It seems weird. It seems odd because it's like, why is she acting like this? She's let me step on her before. Why can't I step on her again? So you have to reestablish those boundaries. So I said, I'm going to just ask him, who was that? Because he never really said who she was. But I'm putting 2 and 2 together, but I don't know. So, and I'm just going to tell him that was not the best way to handle the situation, and it could have been handled better. And it was very inconsiderate of him to put me on the phone without my permission. Like, how do you know that I even want to talk to her? You didn't even ask me. So that's exactly what I did. Y'all, I was calm as hell. I was cool as hell, because at this point, I don't really care. I'm thinking in my head, that's weird. I don't know why you put me on the phone. But I'm also thinking, The only reason for you to introduce me to her is if you plan on having me continue to be in your life. And we already discussed that we're moving on. So why would you, there's no need to introduce me to anybody. Like, what are you doing? So I also just wanted to establish that, listen, after all of this is said and done, we're done. We're not going to be, and I already had this conversation with him before. In order for us to be friends, I need space and time away from you to heal from all the stuff you put me through, especially because a lot of it you've never taken accountability for or even apologized for. So I need that space in order for me to heal from that and find some sort of forgiveness for you without the apology and without the accountability. That's going to take time. And maybe if I can do that, we can actually be friends, real friends, not this fake stuff that you keep gaslighting in order to keep me in your life, but real friends. Okay? So at this point, I'm like, let me just talk to you. So I said to him, listen, who was that you introduced me to? And I said it calmly. I'm like, look, I just don't think that there's any point in for us to meet. And I just felt like I was taken off guard, and I felt like there was a lack of consideration for my comfortability. Like, you didn't even care how comfortable I was with it. And his point was, we're living together, and this is somebody that I'm dating and I'm seeing. So I think it's important that you two come together and meet. And I said, I can wrap my head around the idea of you thinking that. I disagree with you, but I can wrap my head around thinking that, except for why not come to me ahead of time and say what you just said right now, which was, I'm thinking that at some point y'all are going to have to meet. How do you feel about that? Are you comfortable with that? Or do you just want to like stay out of it? Because at that point I would have told him, no, I'm not comfortable with that. I just want to stay out of it. I don't want to be involved in your life in that way. I'm trying to move on. Do you understand? I'm trying to move on. If in order for me to be your friend, I really need to get away from you for a while. Like, I'm not trying to know who you're dating, be around. Like, we don't have any ties. I'm not your family. I don't have your kids. What is the problem? So I told him, I'm like, I don't think you're understanding that it made me mad, uncomfortable to be put in a position like that. This is a sensitive situation. He's like, yeah, like this girl, you got to understand though, she's all the way back in New York, and it's an awkward situation. Like, she's there and I'm over here living with my ex, you know. You see me walking around on FaceTime with her and this and that. Like, I would have to introduce y'all. And my thing was, I don't pay attention to what you do. I don't pay attention. Hold on, money. I'm doing a story time, baby. My whole point to him was, I don't pay attention to what you do. I don't know who you on the phone with. You're on the phone all day. Ever since I've known you, you've talked to women. I don't know who these women are. I didn't even know who she was. I just put two and two together. That's why I asked you, because you're always on the phone with women. I don't know. But I don't pay attention to that. So his thing was like, well, I wanted y'all was going to have to meet at some point. My thing was that, no, we wouldn't have had. We made a date to move out. We're working on getting out of the situation. All she has to do is wait for you to get out of the situation or deal with you with the situation, which ain't got nothing to do with me. Why do I have to be involved in it? I don't want to be involved. And my other thing was, as a friend, if you had come to me and said ahead of time, look, yo, I just want to make sure she's comfortable. Do you mind just coming in saying hi real quick? Woo, woo, woo. I would have been like, okay, I can understand that, because you gave me a heads up and you just asking me as a friend to help out your situation. That's one thing. But hold on. Okay, guys, so sorry about that. The camera's going to keep dying because this is kind of a long rant. But I want to do my eye creams, and then I'm going to do the rest of my face moisturizers. So I'm going to go in with this Soothing Brightening Under Eye Cream by Pericone ND. This is just the one that I've been using. I've tried other eye creams before. I'll be honest with you guys though, I'm not a huge fan of eye creams in general. I just feel like they don't do much outside of moisturizing your under eye. And even some of them create those little bumps underneath. So I don't like that. This one doesn't. I thought it was doing it, but it was actually something else that I was using and I stopped using it. But this one doesn't create those bumps, but it does moisturize my under eye very well, so I'll use it. Also, it came free in my FabFitFun box, so your girl's gonna use it. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. So where was I in the story time? Okay, so I was at the point where, okay, yeah. So his point was like, yeah, like if I'm dating her, and she feels uncomfortable, and I'm trying to make her feel comfortable about the situation. And my point was, that's your job to make her feel comfortable about the situation, but you have to be careful because this is a sensitive situation in general. You're not taking into account all of the points of view. You're taking into consideration her point of view, which makes sense because you're dating her and you're trying to impress her. Well, in my case, in my opinion, if you're trying to impress somebody, you shouldn't really be dating them while you're living with your ex now, should you? That's why I told the guys I was talking to, hey, you know what? I don't want to go any further until I'm out of this situation. And they actually respect that. They still hang around, still chit-chat, but it ain't going to be no boyfriend and girlfriend stuff until I get up on my stuff. Anyways, my thing was, if you feel uncomfortable about that, that's something you have to deal with her. That doesn't have anything to do with me. And this is a sensitive situation, and you're the person in the middle dictating this situation. You need to have sensitivity to not just the way she feels about it, but also the way I feel about it. Because at the end of the day, if I don't feel comfortable about it, I'm going to act uncomfortable, which is going to make her act uncomfortable. If either one of us are uncomfortable, the other one's going to be uncomfortable. Because for instance, you guys, if I wasn't as cool as I am and I wasn't good at improv the way that I am, that call could have went a whole totally different way. Like, he could have put that phone in my face. I could have smacked the phone out of my face. Or I could have said, girl, I don't need to talk to you. I don't know why he putting your phone in. I don't need to talk to you. Or I could have just said nothing to her, ignored her, and exploded on him for putting me in an uncomfortable situation. And if that happened, she would be like, wait a second, why is she so upset about that? You see? So it's always best that if you're the person in the middle and it's a sensitive situation, that you make sure you take care of all parties. The best way to do that is to communicate. All he had to do was communicate to me what was going on. Hey, do you mind hopping on a call and saying hi to her? And communicate to her what's going on so we're all on the same page. But when you have one person out of the information and doesn't know what's going on, of course they're going to be caught off guard and upset about it. And that's what I just feel like there was a lack of consideration. And I also felt like he did it on purpose. He did it on purpose because he probably knew I wouldn't want to do it. And also because he wanted to make me uncomfortable. He wanted to make me feel uncomfortable. I was reading, my mom was sending me articles about a narcissist because she dealt with this with my dad. And she was sending me these articles. And they said, they were literally, the stuff that they were saying about a narcissist was literally exactly what he did. About how they crave your attention and your energy. It doesn't matter if it's bad or good attention or energy. Because as long as they can get energy out of you, they can control you. Either bad or good. As long as he can continue to upset you, he can control you. And all he'll do is gaslight you about being upset, which is exactly what he did. Now I'm upset because now he's gaslighting me. Saying, he's like almost insinuating that the problem is that I have an issue with him dating people, because he says to me, oh, you're the one who said go date this, that. Let's pull the wool off of all of this. And now I'm dating. Now I'm out there. Now I have somebody. Now this is how we have to handle it. And I'm like, well, wait a second. You going out and dating and doing your thing and me doing my thing does not require me to have to be involved in your thing. If you're doing your own thing and you're going out and you're dating and you're moving on, which is what I spoke to you about, then you have no reason to be including me in meeting her. You should be moving on with her. Why are you introducing us like we're family or something? What's going on? So I started to see that, and I learned this too, with a narcissist, you're never ever going to win. You're never going to win an argument. You're never, because they're going to keep going in circles, and they are professional gaslighters. Like, it's another level of gaslighting that you've never been experienced in. And they will keep going and going and going to the point where I started looking at him and I started thinking to myself, oh my God, this man is crazy. He's crazy. I think he actually believes his own lies. I think he actually believes his fairy tale stuff. And so I did tell him, I was like, you know, the gaslighting, I can't, this is a problem. Like, you keep gaslighting me. And he was pretty much like, I'm not gaslighting you because what I'm talking about is real. I'm like, no, what you're talking about is not real, because you're ignoring the reality that you never came to me, that there was a better way for you to handle it. You're not taking any accountability for the fact that you handled it really badly. You could have come to me and told me ahead of time. You caught me off guard. I don't know if she was caught off guard, but the entire situation was ridiculous, unnecessary, and uncomfortable for no reason other than the fact for you to boost your ego. Because making me uncomfortable boosts your ego, because guess what? Oh, even if it's bad energy, she's still putting energy into me. It's almost like I think he thinks that as long as I get upset, like I care about him. Y'all, I want nothing to do with this man. I don't want to be with him. There's nothing inside of me. Like, the only reason why, and most people are like, well, why did you stay? Why did you stick it out? Like, even my sister was like, well, you shouldn't have been doing stuff and sticking it out like that. Why did you do that? It's so weird. And I had to explain to her, it's going to go back to what I told you guys earlier. He had MS. I broke up with him. And then he got diagnosed with MS. And when all of that stuff was happening, I just felt like I felt bad for him. I'll be honest, I felt bad for him. I felt like I couldn't leave him by himself. What would happen to him? Nobody was going to take care of him. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I just stepped up to the plate like a good-hearted person would. And then I got crushed and taken advantage of along the way, which we'll get into that in another video. But I want to tell you guys that was the situation. That's pretty much what happened. The conversation ended because in a way where I just was like, you know what? You're not going to get it. So let me just tell you this. Regardless of if you agree with me or you don't agree with me, don't ever put me in a situation like that ever again, or it's not going to go the way you like. And that's the end of it. And then he goes, is that the end of it? Don't lie. Don't lie. I said, stop egging it on. So this is one of the other things he likes to do, as narcissists do, is they will like trigger you, or what do you call it? Instigate or intimidate you to upset you, and then they'll blame it on you. They'll blame it on you. You're keeping this going. You're keeping the conversation going. I wasn't keeping the conversation going. I ended it. I told you what I needed to say. You had to say something underneath your breath. Most men would have just said, look, my bad. I'm sorry. I should have told you about it first. My bad. And walked away. You want to argue with me about it like a female. And go back and forth with me about it. Because you wanted to gaslight. And then you're the one. He's actually the one that's continuing it. I just said, that's it. I said what I have to say, that's it. And now you have to say something else to me. Be quiet. I said, that's it. I ended it. Move on. Leave the room. Why are you still here, still talking? Because you're instigating it. And then you're saying, oh, you're still keeping it going. Those are the types of things that he does that drives me insane, y'all. And that's why I end up arguing with him when I don't want to I don't even want to engage him. And I know I've learned a few techniques, like the gray rock technique and a bunch of other things that I can use. But this person is so skilled at getting underneath my skin that I don't even, like, at this point, I'm like, I don't even trust that I can be around this person without losing my shit. Because they are very skilled at upsetting me. They're very skilled at gaslighting. They are very skilled at what they do. This is not, I don't know why, I'm just realizing this, you guys. It's kind of heartbreaking, but this is not a good person. Maybe a good person to other people, but to me, he has not been a good person to me. And I've been really stressed out, which is why I have not been able to finish videos. I haven't been able to push things out. I had a whole list of videos prepared for you guys. I had fall DIY videos, which I still want to do. Y'all, I had so many ideas. And even the videos that I'm finishing up now. But I had to take a break, you guys, because I haven't been sleeping. I haven't been eating. And you guys, look at me. I look like I'm dying. I honestly, truly feel like this person is killing me. I'm not even joking. I feel like this person is killing me. I feel like I'm going to die. I saw on TikTok this girl who has this disease. I forget what it's called. But her pretty much she went through a traumatic experience with her ex. And he disrupted her nervous system so much that now she has a disorder where she's like, I don't want to mock her, but she pretty much can't move and she's always like shaking. She looks like distorted, like her body's like curled up, but her nervous system can never rest because he disrupted her so much. He literally destroyed her. And so I'm trying not to have that happen to me over here, but I honestly am not going to lie to you guys. Ever since he's come back, my entire insides, my nervous system has been flipped inside out. I feel nervous and on edge every day. My hands have never stopped feeling cold since he got back. The rest of my body, I got a little bit more warmth in. But my hands and my feet will feel extremely cold. And the inside of my chest is extremely hot. I don't know what that is. My sister said it's a form of like panic. I literally told him, I was like, it's been 7 years of trauma with you. You put me through so much. I brought up the situation where he packed the stuff in bags, and I was like, I didn't even know if that was the same girl or not. You gotta understand my perspective, where I'm coming from. I don't want to meet her. I don't know what's going on. And he literally smirked and laughed and said, that's not the same girl. No accountability or acknowledgement for what he did to me in the past. No, I'm sorry for that. I feel bad about what I did to you. My bad. That was wrong of me. But this is not the same girl. None of that. Laughed. It's almost as if he's taking pride in like hurting me. Like he thinks it's something to be proud of. And maybe he feels that way because every time I get anxious or upset, it's like, oh, I got her attention. I got her. So maybe it does come with a sense of pride. But it's so gross, you guys. Like, it's the grossest thing that I've ever seen. And then he even told my sister when she was staying with us that he likes to have sex, like make women fall in love with him, have sex with them, and then after he has sex with them, he doesn't like them anymore. What? Why would you tell my sister that? Even if it was true, why would you tell my sister that? What's wrong with you? There's just so many things, you guys, and like I said, I'll unpack it in another video, but I just wanted to tell you guys what was going on because my nervous system is disrupted, and it's really hard for me to come on camera and pretend like everything is great and good and do this cute maintenance vlog where, oh, by the way, I did install my wig. And you guys, I've been wanting to get straight hair. Like, I don't know if I'll do a relaxer, but I've been really wanting to get straight hair again. But I don't want it to be a wig. Maybe like a blowout with some extensions. Possibly. But yeah, it's hard for me to come on camera and act like everything is cool and fine when I know that it's not. I'm going to be using this Murad Resurgence Targeted Wrinkle Corrector. I'm going to use it like here and then in my eye area where I get the wrinkles. I don't know that this does anything, but it just makes me feel good in my mind to think that I'm working on targeting wrinkles. I'll be honest. Could just be my mind. But yeah, you guys, that's pretty much what's been going on. This man never takes any accountability for any of the stuff he's done to me, y'all. And the stuff that I've told y'all are like little things that I feel comfortable sharing. There are things that I cannot say because it's personal, it's private, and it affects my health. And it's also, you know, his personal private information as well. And I don't want to put all of his business out there. I don't know, maybe I will. If he keeps messing with me, maybe I'll put him out there. Who knows? I was thinking about this the other day, that we should have like an app where women can go and review men, like the men that they dated, to kind of warn other women, or not like, or maybe not warn them, but just like review, you know, like if a guy is a narcissist, we would love to know that. I would love to know that ahead of time. You know what I mean? And it could just be anonymous. Like the girl doesn't have to put her information or any of her stuff in. But she could just say, hey, I went on a date with a guy, you know, like this. I went on a date with a guy, and, you know, it could be as simple as like, he only paid for half the dinner. He wanted me to split the check with him. For some reason, women, that wouldn't be a big thing. But for me, if you ask me out on a date, whoever asked the person out should pay for it. If you ask me out on a date and you expect me to pay half of the bill, it's like, why? Most people who have the money don't mind paying it. So either you don't have the money, which would be weird. Why would you come on a date when you can't pay for it? That's, I don't know. It's just not for me. It's for some women. It's not for me. It used to be. I got tricked and gaslit with this one. This one that I'm dealing with right now, I really got tricked and gaslit. Because I think that the thing that he does have going for him is he's very charming, and he knows how to talk. He has a good mouth game. He's very charming, but that's it. It's all talk. When you start paying attention to what this person is doing, none of it matches up. And when you start realizing, wait a second, none of the stuff he's saying is matching up, and you start to hold him accountable for it, he's gonna gaslight you. And then it's gonna be such a high level of gaslighting, you're not gonna even realize it until years later down the line. Then you're going to start putting pieces together. You're going to be like, oh my God, this person is a clown. And I was bamboozled. Yeah. But yeah, wouldn't it be cool to have an app like that? And then my sister told me that there is an app like that out there, but it's very controversial. And like some men were saying they wanted the app to be removed because the women were putting their personal information out there or something like that. And I'm like, I don't think they should put personal information like the guy's address or anything like that. But I think identifying the guy and just saying, hey, I went out on a date with this guy, or hey, I dated this guy for 7 years. He was a narcissist. He did this, 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 this. This was my experience. I think having different women who date the same guy. Sorry, guys. The camera the lighting was changing, but the camera kind of died as well. But you know, another thing I wanted to say was, I remember it was a time like my sister was like, she said she felt like I was gaslighting myself when it came to him, because every time he would do something that was weird and like people would call it out to me, she would be like, you would always defend it. Like you were like, it was like he had brainwashed you to a point where he had gaslit you so much that he doesn't even have to gaslight you anymore, because now you just gaslight yourself. And that's how you know when your abuse is really, really bad, is when your abuser doesn't even have to gaslight you, because you're going to do it for him. He's brainwashed you so much. He's gotten to your head so much that now when you see him doing something wrong, or you see something that ain't right and you try to address it, and then, or somebody else tries to address it and be like, oh, that ain't right. And then you start to tell yourself things like, no, maybe I'm misunderstanding him. Maybe he just meant it. No, maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. He's really messed with your mind, because now he has you gaslighting yourself for him. He doesn't even have to gaslight you at this point anymore. And then when you start to come out of that and you're like, okay, that's not right. Something's not right. I'm going to address it. Of course, he'll start his own gaslighting. But yeah, just be careful of that. Be careful of gaslighting yourself for them, because they will train you. Not necessarily train, but groom you. I was definitely groomed, and it's embarrassing. I'm not going to lie. A lot of times why I didn't tell people what was going on with me was because I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed that, oh my God, people are going to see me in this horrible situation and they're going to judge me for being with this guy that's treating me like trash, and I don't know what to do. So I just don't want to tell anybody about it. So I'll just like try to make it work, or I'll just know to myself and then just figure it out. You're never going to figure it out. You can't do it by yourself. None of that. You need to have somebody on the outside that you can trust, that is going to be honest and truthful with you about your situation, and it's going to give you the tea. They're going to say, girl, get the fuck away from him. And you might not want to hear that, because you might want to make everything nice and good, and you might want to make everything work. Who knows? You might even still be in love with him, whatever it is. I wasn't. I was just trying to, like, I guess I just wanted to feel like there's no way that this person is this bad. But outside of all of that, make sure you have somebody on the outside, y'all. Please do not cut off your friends and family, because one of the things that an abuser will do is they will isolate you. And y'all already know, I'm already an introvert, so I isolate myself all the time. So here I am doing what I normally do, is just isolate myself, which I do that in a way to protect myself from people, but then I isolate myself with my abuser. What sense does that make? Okay? But yeah, I want to throw that in there because I just want to try to give you guys as much advice as I can on the topic. But like I said, this video isn't going to be the last you guys hear of this, and we cannot cover everything. So let me know if you guys want me to do a live where I answer all of your comments. Like, you guys can ask me questions about the situation. If we did it, it would be after I release like a few videos about it. Which brings me to another question. Do you guys want a series? And if so, should we do a series on all of my exes? It could be called Hexes on My Exes. Or should we just do one about this particular topic? Do you guys just want to stick with the living with my ex, narcissist? Y'all want to stick with that? Let me know. What do y'all want to do? Because I definitely am going to use my experience to help other women. I'm not just going to be embarrassed by it and then hide it and then nothing comes out of it. I mean, I'm still healing either way. We'll have to figure out what we want to do. I'll leave you guys to the comments to let me know because we're also probably going to be doing a moving series at the same time. So I don't know how we're going to do that unless we did the series on this topic as a podcast episode, and then we did the moving series as like vlogs. Let me know, you guys. This is not even like, and I just want to let all you newcomers know that like this is not what my channel is about. I'm not a gossip channel or anything like that, but this is just real life. And when it comes to supporting other women and giving other women advice, I'm gonna warn you, girl. I'm gonna warn you. If I could put up a photo with wanted on here or avoid on here to let y'all know avoid this person, I would, but I don't want to do that because it's just legal reasons, and also I just don't think that is. I just think for legal reasons I can't do it. But believe, if I find the name of that app for my sister, I will definitely post it over there. So, because that's legal, so you guys can go over there. If I do it, I'll let you know. So y'all can go over there and see exactly who I'm talking about. So if you come across them, don't say you weren't warned. Okay. Bye. I'm going to go in next. I did my eye treatment and my wrinkle cream treatment. So now I'm going to go in with my moisturizer, and I'm actually going to use the Mederma oil. This is really good moisturizer. I love it because it helps with like acne marks and getting rid of it. And it just makes your skin really soft without making it greasy. Okay, so what was I forgot where I was at, y'all. So yeah, my sister told me there is an app, but it was just like, I was thinking it would just be cool to just know like what somebody did. And like maybe some girls might have a positive review of them, and then some might have a negative. And then there's going to be things that are going to be okay for some people that are not going to be okay for others. But it would just be good to be able to get a review from different women of a guy. You know what I mean? So I might have to find that app. But they said that the app is not really popular. I mean, it's new and it's not really popular because it's so controversial. But yeah, dolls, that's pretty much the gist of everything that's going on. Of course, there are a lot of nuances underneath that and a lot of other things underneath that. And you know what I can't get over? I just can't get over that they put the baby on the phone. Like, why would you put your daughter on the phone to meet your boyfriend's ex? Like, to me, when it comes to children, you should not introduce your child to anybody until y'all are like engaged and married and this. You should not be introduced. You should not. And especially somebody's like, I'm not part of y'all family. It seemed weird. Like my mom was laughing when I told her. She was like, I'm sorry, it's not funny, but it's so ridiculous. Like, what did he think he was doing? Like, what is he trying to do? Is he trying to like make y'all like all like a big happy? I said, I don't know. I don't know what the plan was. I don't think there was a plan, to be honest with you. Maybe there was. I think maybe the only plan it could be was to upset me. But then my sister was like, you know what? It could be he's trying to upset you because maybe he wants the apartment. Maybe he doesn't want to leave the apartment. He wants to keep the apartment. And he wants to move that girl in here. Because this is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and she has a daughter, so it'd be perfect for them. So my sister was like, you gotta be careful. And then my mom was like, the daughter, who is the daughter? And I was like, well, the little girl is the daughter of the mom. And my mom was like, it's probably his daughter too. How do you know? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't care. I'm just saying what he told me. He told me it's her daughter. I don't know. I don't care. But my sister did mention that. She's like, be careful. Because he's moving funny, and it seems like he's not. I don't know why he wouldn't want to leave. That's the part that bothers me. If you've moved on and you got another situation, why are you still here? What do you want with me? Why do I need to know your girlfriend? You're leaving in 2 weeks, right? We're done in 2 weeks. So what? And I'm speaking lowly because I don't know if, because he be listening in through the vents, y'all. he be acting like a female. When my sister was here and we was talking, he was like, oh, I heard you guys saying this, that about me. My mom's like, what is he doing listening through the vents? Who eavesdrops on female conversations? Like, what man does that? If you're done, be done. Why are you showing back up here? I'm just shocked, y'all. And at this point, like I told him, I said, I've been through so much with you. We're at the end of this. We only have a few weeks left. I'm trying to be peaceful with you and just get through this. And here you are stirring the pot again. Doing things to frustrate me on purpose because you want me to feed you that energy, because you want attention. That's one thing about him too. I don't know if every narcissist is about like this. They feed and they thrive on attention. They need the attention. And I always thought he was like this because he's an only child and all the attention was on him because he's an only child. But now I'm like, no, it's also a part of his narcissistic nature to make everything about him. Like, even when I was telling him, listen, you put me in an uncomfortable situation when you put the phone in my face, he turned it into, there's nothing between me and you, so why would it be uncomfortable? He turned it into you're upset that I'm dating this girl and you're the one who said go date. And I kept trying to tell him, you're twisting it. It has nothing to do with you dating people. I don't care about that. It has to do with you respecting me and respecting my boundaries. And if you've really moved on and you're really dating other people, why are you bringing me into your situation by introducing me to the new girl? And I feel bad for her. I felt bad for her, y'all, because I'm like, she shouldn't be in a situation like this where she should feel uncomfortable or that this should even be happening. But it's not my business and I don't want to be involved. So anyways, you guys, that was pretty much it. Derma oil on. The next thing I'm going to do is I am going to spot treat a little bit of the acne down there before my camera dies, because now the battery wants to die. I'm just going to put a little bit of eucalyptus oil. You should definitely mix oil or something with it, like water or lotion, because it is 100% eucalyptus oil and it is pretty potent. But I just kind of dab it across all of the problem areas with a Q-tip. And it is extremely strong, so please, ooh, it's burning my eyes. Be careful. Okay, and then lastly, I'm going to use some of this oil. I think this is rosemary oil, yeah. On my brows. Y'all, I love my brows. They're growing in. And I pluck them and they're still growing even after I pluck them. I'm so happy because normally after I pluck them, they just stop growing. And I don't know why. I don't know what that is. But this last time I plucked them, they still just kept growing. I was like, yes. So I've been loving the brows. They've been eating quite a bit. But yeah, you guys, I just want to tell all the girls out there, part of self-care, I'm trying to figure out how to turn this little segment of the video into the self-care so it makes sense. Part of this, your self-care, is just like making sure you take care of your environment around you, making sure you're in a space that is protected and that's peaceful and that protects your nervous system, because the situation I'm in right now is totally disrupting my nervous system and it's causing me a lot of health issues, panic attacks. I've had 3 migraines over the past 4 days since he's been back, and my migraines, you guys, are really intense. They have stroke-like symptoms related to it. So my parts of my body goes numb. I lose my vision. I can't speak. That type of thing. So yeah, you don't want to end up like me. I am trying to focus on my health. And I think that part of that is just getting out of the situation with this person. But I am going to go ahead and I think I'm going to close out the video here. I just want to say thank you all so much for hanging in there with me. All the people who support my videos, who hype my videos, all the girlies in the comments, and definitely y'all leave a comment on this video because I know y'all going to have questions and y'all going to want to chat. And I need people, I need my girls to talk to about this situation, because at first I thought this man gaslit me so much that I thought like, okay, maybe I am crazy. Maybe there is something wrong with the way that I'm thinking. But when I tell other people outside of the conversation about it, they're like, no, this person is psycho. They're crazy. Which is another tip that I want to give you guys. Never, I know it's hard because you don't want to include people in your relationships, especially friends and family, but never do that. Always have at least one friend or family member that you can talk to about everything that goes on, every single little thing, because you're gonna need other people's insights on the situation. Because when you're in a situation like this, especially when you're dealing with a narcissist and a high level of gaslighting, the person can trick your mind and brainwash you into thinking whatever it is and going along with whatever their little, you know, thing that they have going on is. So just always have a person in your corner, and you guys, like, learn from my mistakes. I'm gonna talk on this more, but please take my story and just learn from it. If you guys have any advice, you're more than welcome to leave it in the comments. What I do ask is, please don't bash me. I don't need anybody saying to me, oh, you're so stupid, you're so dumb, girl, for being with a guy like that. Didn't you notice that earlier on? Why did it take you 7 years to figure that out? Like, I don't need any of that. This is a supportive space. Please keep it peaceful, keep it pretty in the comments, keep it doll-like in the comments. Let's not bash each other. I don't want any judgment. I don't want anybody saying, well, when he did this and when he did that, why didn't you leave? I already have friends and family who have already told me these things, like, girl, we've been telling you this and that and the third. And yes, I didn't learn my lesson. I was gaslighting myself at points where I saw that I should have gone. I knew that I need to get away from this person, but I kept going with it because I kept gaslighting myself, thinking, oh my God, he needs me because he has MS and I feel bad for him. And that's a form of gaslighting as well. I gaslit myself. And then also I had another person, him, gaslighting me as well. So there's a lot to unpack, and like I said, I'll do it in another video. But I love you, dolls. I know that this video did not turn out the way that I wanted it to. I wanted it to be so aesthetic and spa-like, and it just turned into a different thing. But y'all know I always have an element of realness to my videos, and I'm always trying to elevate and help people. And I think part of that is being honest about things and not sweeping things under the rug and acting like you're perfect and you're okay when you're clearly human and you're going through human things that could possibly help another girly out there. So yeah, I just want to say that I love you, dolls. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I will see you in the comments because I'm sure y'all gonna have a lot to say about this. And y'all, this is not even scratching the surface of what I've been through with this man. When we go back to when we used to date, then y'all are really gonna be like, oh my God, girl, why? And for what? But yeah, I love you, dolls. Stay tuned for the series on this. Also, oh, I forgot to tell you guys, there may be a moving series soon as well, because I am looking at apartments. My family is helping me get out of this situation. Yeah, my mom and my brothers. So there may be a moving series coming soon. I'm not sure when that's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be in December or at the end of this month. I'm not entirely sure, but I am going to be looking at apartments. Even if I don't move out of here. I'm so happy I actually opened up about this situation. I'm starting to talk about it because I think you need to at least have your voice heard. And the entire time I've been in this situation with him, I have been gaslit and invalidated. Anytime something was wrong and I tried to speak up and use my voice, I was made to feel like I was wrong, or I was being stupid, or I was being immature, or it was always some sort of invalidation or gaslighting behind it. There was no accountability for the trauma that was taking place and the things that were being done to me, or how I felt at all. And so having you dolls to be able to just talk to and explain like what's going on has been really therapeutic for me. And even though this is supposed to be an aesthetic maintenance / self-care vlog, in a way it is kind of self-care, because I was able to talk about some struggles that I've been going through and dealing with. And I tried to wait as long as I could to share my experience, because I like to talk about things once they're done. But it's like my mom said, she was going through the same thing with my dad, and she was with him for years. And she said something just clicked in me, like it was like a switch just went off. She said, and I don't think it was something that I did or that I decided to do. It was something he did or said to me that just flipped a switch in me, where I just didn't care anymore. I just did not care anymore. It got to the point where he would try to talk to me about stuff, and I would just be like, I don't care. I don't believe you. None of this stuff you're saying is real. It's all fake. It's all made up. It's all gaslighting. So there's no point to even talk to you. I don't care. And I think that's just what happened the other day. Like a switch went off of me. Not during that particular incident, but I mean like probably like the day before yesterday night, a switch just went off in my brain. I was just like, I really don't care. I just want you out of my life. Like, I don't care about anything else. There's nothing else he can say to me or do to me. The only thing he can provide me of any value is to exit my life. That's it. There's nothing else you can do or say. Hopefully this will help somebody out there. Do not do what I did. And definitely make sure that you have somebody on the outside of your relationship, a friend, a boyfriend, or something, anybody, just somebody extra on the outside that can weigh in on what's going on. Because what happens with narcissists is when they gaslight you, what they do is they take your confidence. How they take your confidence is they get you to believe in them, and they gaslight you on everything, so you second guess yourself and you lose confidence in yourself, you lose confidence in your thoughts, you lose your voice, you lose everything. And once they've taken your voice and your confidence, then they're able to manipulate you into thinking that what they say and what they think and what they do is right and perfect and good. And now they're able to control you. Now you're moving how they're moving. Now when they say this or they do that, even if you disagree with it and you argue with it, you're always going to lose the battle, because remember, they're very manipulative. This is a high grade of gaslighting. This is not your normal level gaslighting, okay? Sorry guys, it happened again because I was getting long-winded. But yeah, make sure that you have someone on the outside, because once they can get into your mind and they can gaslight you and they know how to press your buttons and upset you, then they can control you. So look up the gray rock method, you guys. I'll try to see if I can find the videos my mom and my friends were sending me, but look up gray rock method, look up narcissist, look up trauma bonding and trauma response. There's this video that absolutely encapsulates our relationship together. There's a man and a woman on stage, and they're like doing like a dance, like a tango sexy dance, and the man takes the woman and he violently shakes her. And when you see it, it's kind of shocking, because it's like, why? Oh my God, he's like gonna kill her. And then he grabs her and he pulls her in tight and he kisses her very, very passionately. And then he pushes her out again and he shakes her, and he just keeps doing that over and over and over again. And if I can find the video, I will put it up on the screen. But that's exactly how our relationship has been. I've just been shaken, and like, you guys just look at that video. That's the best way I can describe it. There's nothing else to be said about that. I hope I helped you dolls. I love you. I will see you in the next video. Love you dolls. Mwah. Bye. Bye dolls. Oh, and tell me what you think about this little story time. And if you have any questions, y'all already know. I will be in the comments on this video. Love you. Oh, Pinky loves you too. She's just down here. Say hi, Pinky. Pinky's like, I need to take a bath after all of this.